ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Acting Up Show. We got a special guest in the building. Cole, we gotta get this between the hand clap now. Come on now, clap it in for us.
Hey y'all.
Hey. How you doing, bright and early like the orange juice? How you doing?
I cannot complain. I'm awake. I'm ready to start my day. Get back to grinding like I do every single day.
It's the way you said life of a busy actor. Oh my gosh.
Every day, but it's all good. It's what I wanted, so I'm not complaining.
We asked for this. This is what we asked for.
Exactly.
So they're like, you sure you want to do this? Yes, we do.
Yes, I do. I'm tired, but yes, I do.
Oh my God, yes indeed. So let's go ahead and start off with this. Let's start with what was your humble beginnings like on your journey with becoming an actress?
Oh, my humble beginnings. Let's see.
I like how
it all started in 1988 when my parents. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Was out, the moon was...
Wow. You 88 baby right here. So what's up,
wow.
guys? Hey.
Yeah. 80s babies are the best.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm originally from a small town called Morton. It is outside of Philadelphia. Very small town. Like, I always say it's 10 streets. It's more than 10 streets, but it's like everybody knows everybody. Almost everybody is related to somebody some way or another. I went to a majority white school district in the town right over. They had one bus to come through and pick up all the Black kids and take us to school. That's how small it was. Just one bus came and scooped us all up, and then we headed to school. I grew up with my grandparents. My mom was a single mom. I had a little brother. I've got a little sister. And I started acting, I want to say I was probably about 9 or 10, just in church plays. Okay. And I'll never forget my first role. The play was an Easter play. It was called The Train Bound for Hell. And it was a train full of a bunch of sinners that had just died, and they wake up and they're on this train. And I played Satan. And it was a fun role. Like, I was just like, I got to do my like deep dark voice, and I was like, oh, we're going to hell. So it was a fun role as a 10-year-old. And then I did my first commercial when I was 14. I got involved in this group called Busted, and it was like the PA version of Truth. Remember the Truth commercials for cigarettes, anti-cigarettes? So it was like the Pennsylvania version of that. I did stand-up comedy for many years, starting at 13. I used to dress up as an old lady. This is before Tyler Perry. Before Tyler Perry's movies even like really came out, was like really popping. I put on my great grandmother's clothes and her wig, and I got her cane, and I'd stuff myself here and stuff myself back there, and I come out on my cane and shaking my behind, and I told jokes from 13 until like in my 20s. I had this character. Her name is Hannah Mae. And I used to get requested to go to different events throughout the county and Philadelphia, and I did stand up as this old woman. So that was like the beginnings of like all of my childhood leading up to like me saying like, this is really what I want to do.
Okay. What would you say are some of your notes for like your approach to booking roles when you're auditioning?
Honestly, just doing the work beforehand, like breaking down the script, researching. That's like a huge part for me, is researching the project, researching who's the casting director, what type of stuff do they cast for, what type of characters do they cast for, who's the producers, who's the director. If it's a show that's already out, I do my research online. to see what the show's about. If it's a show I've never watched, I'll watch an episode or two. And then after I submit the audition, just out of my head, I don't stress about it because we're in an industry of no's. So I would say honestly, just as the one thing for me that's really important is, like I said, is the research part and booking the roles and just seeing the world that the characters live in, and just like the type of mannerisms each character has in these shows, because like a character on SVU isn't going to be the same type of character on Atlanta. It's a completely different tone. So just doing the research is like my number one thing.
Okay.
I like you like a surgeon with your stuff, aren't you? Like I love that though. Like because like that's what I do. Like somebody was asking me like, what do you do with the? I'm like, you got to do your research because that's the part right there where you need to learn these things.
Exactly. And I mean, like even like the lines part, I don't even stress over like the lines because it's gonna come. Like while I'm doing my research simultaneously, I'm also like looking at the script. So I'm like, okay, so the characters in this show talk fast. So at the same time, while I'm watching the episode, trying to get a feel for the show, I also have the script, and I'm like, okay, I see how they're pacing. So I gotta kind of keep in mind what the pacing is when I'm looking at the script. So by the time I do get ready to put it up on camera, I kind of already have an idea of, like I said, the world and how these characters kind of carry themselves in this world.
Well, in between, like, because you know, you have your auditions, which audition, that's part of the job. And you're going into work. I saw Michael Keaton say that all the time. Like, I'm going to work to get a job. You look at it like we're going to work because that's part of the job is auditioning. But any tips for what to do when actors is not booked or busy, you know?
Stay on top of what's going on in the industry. I'm constantly like I'm on Instagram and Facebook all the time, but I'm only looking at acting stuff. I'm looking and I'm seeing what other actors are doing. I'm seeing what castings are out there. Even if they're not for me, I'm just seeing what projects are here in Atlanta that are filming right now. And I'm seeing what type of roles are they looking for? Because if I'm not getting roles, most of course, the roles I get are like 20, 30 something African-American female. So if I'm not getting roles, I want to see what other castings are out there. Are they just not looking for young black women right now? Are they looking for a bunch of, are all the films here right now predominantly white cast? So then I'm like, okay, I don't have to feel bad. They're not filming a bunch of shows that need my type. So really just staying on top of what's going on in the industry in your area. And then two, being connected with other actors too. Once again, when I'm on Instagram, I'm connecting with other actors. I'm following other actors. I'm liking their pictures. I'm telling them to keep going. I post on my stories castings for other actors, things that aren't fit for me. When I see things that I come across almost every day, I'm posting castings that I found that other people might not see. So just staying busy and keeping your mind focused on this is the industry that you want to be in keeps me grounded in the fact that this is the life. This is my life. This is what I want.
I love that you have that very helpful mentality of doing that. Because we, all three of, like the three of us and our other friend Tashay that's not here with us right now, we do that as well too. Because we look at it as like, it's so many opportunities out there for us. We all can eat if we all don't let those egos get to us. Or like, so I love that you shared that. And people need to hear that as well too.
Build a network.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a network of people. I actually, I went to Wildin' Out like 2 weeks ago.
That's what's up.
And I met some other people that are actors there, and some other people that I met randomly on Instagram, have never met in person. Some actors that I'm friends with in class that I also have never met, because a lot of classes are virtual. And I have like a group of 10 people now that we just met last week or a week and a half ago. And we decided, well, I came up with the idea, said, let's get together, figure out what roles are we not getting cast in that we want to see ourselves in. Let's figure out what type of character do I want to see myself in? What do I have a hole in my reel that I want to have this character to showcase? So we all came up with our own individual characters that we want to portray. And I've got one lady doing a character breakdown of these type of characters, and we're going to come up with just 2-person scenes. And we're going to write those, and we're going to film that. And we're not doing like a full short film. We don't need a large production crew.
Right.
And we're just going to do little short things so we can get a 10-second clip to add into our reel. So that has really helped me in building my network. It's just, like you said, being helpful and letting other actors know what other opportunities, and just sharing the knowledge that I have.
Yeah. And
Nice.
I love that too, because who was it that just recently said that? I know The Harder They Fall came out earlier this year, and I know people were saying that it was a lot. People of our color were saying that I don't see us doing the the black cowboy thing, and I can't remember if it was Viola Davis or who it was exactly, was saying that it's because you haven't seen us on screen in that. And now that you see us, now we're like, oh, yes, we can do it. So what you're doing is a beautiful thing. So thank you for that. Thank you. Moving on to the next question. So you were in Netflix, Pieces of Her.
Yeah.
Can you share with us how you balance your acting life and family life? Give me a piece of yourself, of Nicole. How does Nicole share, or how does Nicole balance the life? Like
it's a serious balancing act. So I am a wife. I am a mother of 2. I've got a 3-year-old who drives me up a wall, and I have a 6-year-old that is like the biggest sweetheart in the entire world. So I have mom duties. I have wife duties. I'm house clean, dishes, clothes. My husband helps, of course, but
shout out to the husband. Shout out to the husband. Shout out to the husband.
Oh no, he definitely helps. So my husband is great. And I need him too, because he helps me as far as like when I'm acting and stuff. Like, I can't have the kids running around making noise, so he'll take the kids out so I can go ahead and study for my audition. But it's hard sometimes, because let's say I get a last minute audition and I want to film it at home instead of going to a studio. I've got these little ones running around asking for juice and bananas. So I'm like, okay, guys, like, let's give mommy a couple of minutes. But it's gotten easier because they see me, I'm getting auditions. Like, I'm getting like at least 5 auditions a week. So even my 3-year-old, who's like just learning to talk, she sees me setting up my lights and she's like, Mommy, you have audition?
Aww.
So trying to convey to those around me how important my career is, and how important it is for me to audition, and letting them know, listen, I need my time. I'm here for you guys majority of the day, doing everything that you need. But when mommy needs her time, or when your wife needs her time, listen, I need my time. And they've been able to help with that. Even my neighbors, they understand how important this is to me. They had their music playing loud the other night, and I was just like, hey, I have an audition. And they were like, oh, no problem. I'll turn it down. So just conveying to everybody around me my passion has allowed me to better balance everything, because they understand, when I'm here for you guys, I'm here for you. But when it's time for me to get done what I need to get done, please respect that.
And I think that's very important, not to cut you off, because my wife is my biggest supporter. And I when I started my journey, I didn't want to share it with nobody, not even my wife. My wife was like, "Oh, why you didn't tell me?" And so and my son, I got an 11-year-old son, so that's to have a fan base like not fan base, but have a base like that in your household. That's a big help. It's a huge help.
It is. It's a blessing to have people to understand exactly what you're trying to do and be like, okay, let me get and give them a little space so they can get this done. Because the sooner I get my audition done, the sooner mommy can come back.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
You got the good neighbors too.
Yeah, you got the good neighbors.
They're pretty good. Like when I ask, they're willing to be like, okay. So like I said, I try to give everybody their space and be like, yeah, do what you want over there. But when I need my time,
yeah. Shout out to your neighbors, because boy, that's a blessing.
My neighbors like to yell and argue when I'm trying to do auditions.
My neighbors just get on my nerves. This is all to it.
I be like, y'all be quiet.
So
my God.
Let me ask, because this is something I very recently experienced. When you audition, you're a working actress now. But as far as let's go back to that first time when you got the first time you seen yourself on screen. What was your emotions like when you like, look at me, there I go?
Well, the first time would be the commercial I did when I was 14.
Okay.
So that one, that one was kind of delayed because they were showing the commercials on like Nickelodeon and Disney and things like that. And at that time, I was like heavy on MTV and VH1. So I was coming into school and people were telling me, "Oh my God, Nicole, I saw you in a commercial. I saw you on TV." And I'm like, "Oh, it's out? What does that look like?" Like, "Oh, tell me about it." So it was exciting because other people were seeing me before I saw me. And when I finally saw it, I wasn't like excited. I kind of was just like, "That's cool." Like, I was on TV. That's cool. And I kind of have the same feeling even now and every time I see myself. The first big role, I would say, because the commercial that I had was kind of like regional. And it wasn't speaking, but the first time I really saw myself on national TV was on Being Mary Jane. On season 2, episode 1, I got cast as a background, but it was only me and 2 of the main characters. So I wasn't really background. The scene, if you guys go back and watch it, the scene is about me being in their house and the grandmom and the granddaughter, they're arguing about me. And I'm just sitting there like,
awkward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trying not to open my mouth because I was just background. So, but that one was like the first time I saw myself on national TV with name actors.
Yeah.
And that one, I was excited going into it, and I'm still excited talking about it. But like I said, after I watched it, I was just like, that's dope. I'm on TV.
You should like, oh, let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one. What's the next deal?
Yeah. I don't do it to be on TV. I don't do it to see myself on TV. That's not the end goal for me, to see it, to like that clout. The end goal for me is just to do it. That's just what I want to do. So just being on set, that's enough for me.
Do you ever go back and be like, I'm gonna watch myself again? I'm gonna watch it again. You do?
Yeah.
Cause I don't like. Let the truth be told. And after we're done with this episode, I don't go back and watch it.
Really?
No.
Why?
Cause I'm here and I'm seeing it already. That's one. I mean, cause I had a problem with looking at myself on camera. I'm like, and I have my head down, like, oh. But then I broke out of it. I'm like, you know what? I did pretty good on that. But then I don't watch it again. My wife was like, that's self-centered if you watch yourself on TV.
Well, a lot of people are like that they don't like to see themselves. Even like big actors. I've heard big actors in interviews be like, I hate going to the movies and seeing it in the premieres. So, and I can understand that because you're judging yourself.
Right.
You're looking at every little thing that you did and you're looking at your facial expressions. And then 2, you're also thinking about after the fact, oh, I could have said it this way.
Yeah.
oh, I could have did it this way, but it's just like it's too late now. Like it's up.
It's already out there.
Exactly.
So,
But that's understandable. I feel like that's probably why a lot of people feel like that. But I like to go back and watch it as a reminder to myself that I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because I have gaps. I mean, we have gaps as actors and booking. So I'll go back and be like, oh my God, I worked with Samuel L. Jackson. I was on Atlanta. Like I'm doing the right thing, even though I'm not on anything right now, even though I'm doing a bunch of auditions and I'm not booking right now. I have booked, and they were on things that I would have never imagined. I would have, like, when I watched the finale of Atlanta, I would have never imagined I would have been on the premiere for the next season. So when I go back and I watch these things, I think about I think about like it like I said, it's a reminder for me that I don't know what's coming next. And it could be bigger. And you can only go up from here, right? Because it's still early in my career.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you mentioned Atlanta, which that's actually our next question is you were Atlanta's in its final season and you were on season 3. Tell us about your experiences on set there.
So Atlanta was cool. I didn't meet any of the main cast because it was one of those off episodes. I did work with Hero Morale, I think is how it's pronounced, and he's the director of a lot of the episodes on Atlanta, and he also directs all of Childish Gambino's videos, like the This Is America and some of his other videos. He works primarily with that director, Hero. So that was exciting for me to be working with that director. I'm not worried about, even when I'm on set with like bigger names, I'm not necessarily worried about these bigger names. I want to meet the director, because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't realize this. When you book roles, you don't book it because the casting director booked it. You booked it because the director or the producers chose you. And so when I get on set, I'm like, oh, they saw something in me. So I'm going to watch them and see how they're moving and how they're directing. And I'm every time I'm on set, I'm very observant of everything that's going on around me. So it was exciting for that. For me, was like I said, just dealing with Hero. He was really, really nice. And all the other cast was super nice. I'm still friends with the Timothy Tinker something, the guy that played the grandfather. I'm still friendly with him, right? And it's so funny because when we were doing that slap in the hallway, they had a choreographer person there and a stunt person, because they had to teach the little boy that played L'Aquarius like how to move your head. So it was like this whole thing of teaching him how to do it. And they told him to do it slow like that. They were like, all right, slower. And they were like, one more time.
That's funny.
So it was interesting on set, but now that when I went back and watched it, I didn't realize it was funny. When we were in the moment, it like, we were just doing the actions. It wasn't funny. And then it ended up being one of the funniest moments that has gone viral now. So.
That was hilarious. That was classic. Oh my gosh. So before we get to the few more questions we have left, what do you like to do for fun when you're not acting or being a mom?
Oh my God. I like hanging out with my husband. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Love it.
My husband is like my best friend.
I love that.
That's what's up.
He's so much fun. Like, I want to say I like hanging out with my kids, but like I'm with them all the time. So that's like I have fun with them. But like I like hanging out with my husband. Like at the end of the night, we try to have like, after we put the kids to bed, we try to have like 3 hours of us just hanging out. And sometimes we don't watch TV. We just sitting there talking and laughing and dancing in the middle of the living room. If you guys go on my Instagram, this morning I posted a video on Instagram of us dancing. We woke up and was just like, let's dance to Post Malone.
Love it.
So that's fun to me. I like hanging out with my husband. My go-to sometimes though, when I have quiet, I like to read. I like to read outside. That's like my thing. I don't know. Just find me a good tree or some shade and let me read, and I'm in heaven.
It got to be cool outside though. For me,
Yes.
I don't know about you. I'm like, okay,
I don't know.
say,
That's you're in Atlanta, right? So yeah.
But that's why I said shade. Give me some shade.
Sometimes that shade don't be.
We have a thing called humidity.
Now we going in the house with this.
Straight up.
So, how excited were you when you found out that you'd be working with Samuel Jackson in the Ptlomey Grey series? Did it come in the nick of time? Was there a fury of emotions? See what I did?
Oh God, Chris!
Okay, I just had to. I had to.
This ain't the joking time for that.
Okay.
We're serious. It's serious business.
Okay.
So was I excited? I think everybody else around me was more excited than I was. I was just like, that's cool. Like, again, my response to everything is like, this is cool. Right when I booked it, I was actually going to Vegas with my friend for her birthday, and we were out there, and she was like, forget my birthday. She was just like, I'm telling everybody, my friend about to be on TV with Samuel Jackson. So like, everybody else around me was so much more excited for me than I was. And I was just like, I was happy about the project in general. That's what I was happy about, because I was working. So I had my daughter in like 2019, and I was working, and then like a regular corporate job, and then they let me go, and I was on unemployment for several months. And this is right before the pandemic. So then when the pandemic hit, everybody still like wasn't really working. So I was on unemployment, and the role came literally the week that my unemployment got cut off.
Ooh.
And it was just like, oh my God, if this isn't God being like, wow, go ahead and continue doing your dream. You don't need that corporate job. You've been pursuing this. Get focused on what you want and stop crying about a job that you got let go of. Don't be upset that your unemployment got cut off, because guess what? You about to get several stacks for working on this project. And that was the main feeling that I had, was just like relief and gratitude to God and to the universe for hearing my prayers and knowing my desires and blessing me right in the nick of time. I wasn't even thinking, like I said, about the names attached to it. It was just, I get to work.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's inspiring to me. I love hearing. If you try to make us cry, just say that. Go ahead and say it. Just like you said, I'm gonna get on this podcast day. I'm gonna make them cry with how my story.
You know, I like your approach to everything. Like a lot doesn't excite you. You excited, but then it doesn't excite you at the same time, because you approaches it like, okay, I got it. Now let's get to work. Let's work. Let's get to it. You know, I like that, because I recently, when I had got signed to my acting agency, first time ever signed to an acting agency, my wife was so excited, and she was like, "Are you happy?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." Because I'm signed now. Let's get. Y'all give me auditions. I'm gonna get to it. Okay, what's the next one? All right, what's the next one? What's the next one? It's like, I can't be, just in that one little spot of celebration. I got to keep going.
I will say, the one time that I really did really celebrate is when I got signed. Because I was grinding for so long. I came to Atlanta in 2014 to pursue acting. I got signed like just a couple of months afterwards, but the agent wasn't good. I wasn't booking. I wasn't even really auditioning. Right. And this was back in 2014. I kept applying to agents every 6 months, getting new headshots, going to these workshops and meeting different agents. Like, I was grinding, but it wasn't until 2020 when I got signed with my agent, and that's when I celebrated. On my way home after my meeting with them, I cried. I was bawling because I'm like, oh my God, like this is the beginning now. Like, because now I can audition for these roles.
Right.
And that was when that's when I got excited. That's when I celebrated. And I went into a whole praise dance in the car. I was screaming hallelujah. I called all my best friends. I was like, I just want to say thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for your support over all of these years. I love you. I just got signed, and I called everybody that was close to me and thanked them for their support and believing in me through all of this time, because I'm like, it's about to start. It's about to start.
Oh, trust me. When I had my interview and it was over, I had my little Will Smith moment. I'm not gonna lie. I did have it. That pursuit of happiness. Nobody was in the house. My son was at work. My son was at school. My wife was at work, and I was just had my.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. So, a couple more things, and we'll wrap up. What's the one role that you haven't done yet that you want to?
Ooh.
You like that one right there? I got you thinking now.
Wait, so I've always said, I know that my dreams have come true when I have a sex scene with Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
Leo.
That's a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and
that's it.
She said she want Leo.
That's the one role where I'm like, and I don't care how old he is. He could be old, and like I'm gonna be like, oh. That's all my funny.
That's been your crush forever, ever, huh?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh my God.
That is the one role that I know. I'm like, oh right. It's a stretch, but I'm gonna keep reaching.
It could be Titanic 2, Floaters. No?
Like,
yeah, right.
Floaters. Said floaters.
Y'all watch the movie, yeah.
Or they could do something where it's like he could be like my sugar daddy, right? So it could be like young female or whatever, or like a different type of like a Stella got her groove back type love story. Like I got it planned, y'all. I got it planned. My husband here sucking his teeth. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm about to ask, if your husband gonna watch this, you gonna want to have a conversation.
He know. I've been saying it for years. Look, suck his teeth all you want.
Hey, see, you know what? That's funny, because he gonna have that Samuel L. Jackson look from that meme when he was in Black Snake Moan. He was just when Samuel just staring.
When he had that muscle shirt.
He gonna be
just looking.
He gonna hey, hold on now. Wait a minute now.
Switching.
He was like, hey, wait a minute now.
Right? Hey.
Too funny. Oh my gosh. So, what would you like to accomplish before this year is over with?
Before this year is over.
Before this year is over, what would you like to accomplish?
I want to book The Game or The Resident. Okay. I've been auditioning a bunch for The Game, and I'm so grateful for the casting directors for giving me opportunities to audition. Yeah. And the fact that they keep bringing me back gives me hope that they see me in that world. Yeah. So I want to book something for it. I want to book something for it. And The Resident, just because I love the show and it's Ptlomey here. I don't think I've ever auditioned for it yet, but I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna speak it into existence. I'm gonna get an audition for The Resident this year, and I will book it.
I love it.
It's gonna happen. I believe it.
I believe it. Yeah. I believe it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you. Where can we follow you at?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at I am, like AM, Actress Nicole L. That's really it. I don't use my real name on Facebook. I don't use Twitter. Gotcha. So just follow me on Instagram. Yeah, just follow me on Instagram. Also too, I wanted to shout out my husband because I told you he's my best friend, so I got to plug him
Oh, you
too.
got to now. What you said now. You got to.
So my husband, he's actually pursuing music. He saw like I was serious about the entertainment industry, so he's finally pursuing music full time. I'm his manager until we get to a big time manager. We've been grinding. So I want everybody also to go check him out, please, on Instagram. His name is I am AM, and it's LVLD. So I am LVLD, and check him out on Instagram, and his music's on YouTube and all streaming platforms, and make sure you check him out. He has a lot of messages that are same mindset as me about being positive and the importance of family and pursuing your dreams. So he's like the male version of me. So if you want music from me, listen to him.
I love that. I just followed him too.
What you did there.
Yeah, I like what you did. There's your plug, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. Well, that's gonna be it from Nicole. Appreciate you so much. Many blessings to you. Keep going, but we don't gotta tell you that. We know you're gonna keep going anyway.
Okay.
Thank you. And best of luck to you guys. Keep grinding too. Keep grinding, everybody. Don't give up. It's coming. Just keep going.